Okay, here information is given. It is a long question, but statements are given. So we will decide whether it should be added or deducted. And somewhere comparison is also there. But first of all, we will find out which statement should be added and which statement should be deducted. Now, profit as per financial as well as costing records both are given. We will start with loss as per costing records. This will be our starting point. So instead of profit, this is loss as per costing records. Amount is 1,79,900. Now if such information is given, it's discretion for you whether to start with financial accounts or costing accounts. Okay. So here we are starting with costing records, and if information is not given in the adjustment, you should start with finance or cost. You can start with any one point, either financial or costing. Okay, so now this is our starting point and our answer should be this one. Okay, so one by one let us see. Work overheads under recovered in costing. So it is overheads or expenses undervalued in costing. So whether we should decide whether it should be added or deducted. We will consider this statement in reverse sense. It is under recovered in costing. In other words, it is overvalued in finance. So any expense, if it is overvalued in finance, it should be added. Works overheads under recovered, amount is 3,120. Recovered, this word is itself costing word. So this indicates that works overheads are overvalued in finance. Okay. Admin overheads recovered in excess. That means admin overheads as per costing are excess 1,700. This should be deducted. Admin overheads over recovered, amount is 1,700. Next is depreciation as per financial records and depreciation as per costing records. After comparing this, as per costing, depreciation is excess. So any expense which is overvalued in costing should be added. So depreciation overcharged in cost. Difference between these two amounts is 1,300. Okay, next one, interest received but not included in costing. As it is income, it is never included in costing. So any income which is not recorded in costing should be deducted. Interest received in financial records only, amount is 8,000. I have written this sentence in shortcut. You can write this full sentence as it is. इथे जागा कमी आहे म्हणून मी फक्त पूर्ण वाक्य लिहिलं नाहीये. 8,000 less. Next, obsolescence loss charged in financial records. So any loss or any expense which is posted only in financial records should be added. So obsolescence loss charged in financial accounts only, amount is 5,700. Next one, interest charge in financial books. Interest, even if it is expense, it is not considered in costing because it is financial item. So this interest charged in financial books will be added. Interest charge again only in financial accounts, amount is 40,300. Next is bank interest credited in financial books. It is again income received recorded in financial books only. It will be deducted. Bank interest only in financial records, it will be deducted 750. Then stores adjustment direct in costing books. Now the stores adjustment is directly shown in costing books. Amount is 475. If stores adjustment is debited in costing, it will be deducted. Stores adjustment in costing, it is 475. Okay, then opening stock as per costing, it's 52,600, and as per finance it is 54,000. So when opening stock is overvalued in finance or it is undervalued in costing, it should be added. Opening stock undervalued in costing, we can also write overvalued in finance. Difference amount is 1,400. Next, closing stock as per costing 52 and as per finance it is 49,600. So it is excess in costing records. It should be added. Closing stock overvalued in costing. Difference amount is 2,400. ओके, कॉस्टिंग मध्ये जास्ती घेतलाय क्लोजिंग स्टॉक आणि कॉस्टिंग मध्येच ओपनिंग स्टॉक कमी घेतलाय. दोन्ही सलग आले. आपल्या फॉर्मॅट प्रमाणे हे सेम आयटम्स लॉस एज पर कॉस्टिंग मध्ये शोधायचे. त्या फॉर्मॅट प्रमाणे इथे आहेत. नेक्स्ट इज preliminary expenses written off in financial account only. Again, expenses recorded in financial books only, it should be added. Preliminary expenses into bracket financial account only, amount 800. Again, provision for doubtful debts, it is again expenses in financial books added. We can write this as RDD only in financial accounts 150. And last one, notional expenses charged in costing books, it is actual not paid but they are chargeable as internal expenses 13,500. Any expenses which is recorded only in costing should be deducted. So notional expenses only in costing 13,500. So all these transactions are recorded either in add or in less side. Now we will take total of all add items and total of all less items, and then we will find out whether there is profit or loss as per financial records. Okay, there is a slight correction. Depreciation in financial and costing records, this difference was 1300 and it was wrongly shown in add item. So I'm going to cancel this. Extremely sorry. Depreciation overcharged in costing, amount is 1300. Okay, and now we will take total of all these items. All add items total is 53,870. After we add this in 179,900, we will get 2,33,770. Okay, and after we take total of all less items, it is 25,725. And after we deduct this amount from 233,770, we will get 2,08,045. So this 2,08,045, our start was loss as per costing. So this is loss as per financial records. and this was already given in the question, but how to calculate this is shown in this statement. So format followed is loss as per costing records. Alternatively, if someone has followed loss as per financial records format, then automatically all add items will be deducted or less items will be added, and final answer should tally as it is given in the question. Okay, so this was a long question in which transactions were given, and accordingly you have to post them in reconciliation statement.